All right, so here we are in Assetto Corsa again. I was browsing Overtake this morning and I noticed that Assetto Corsa Hideout, also known as Rob Pawn, released a new track. It's ACH Calin. It's a demo of the 0.63.0 version of the track. And I noted that there was a link to his Patreon page for the full version. So I went ahead and downloaded that. And the thing that I can tell you about the difference between the two is that there's a little bit more detail in the full version. And there is also the on the map that's actually on the screen in the upper right hand corner, there's this big oval section, and it's really long. That is in the full version. It is not in the demo version. And I believe the same is true for the southern tip here. Well, actually, that's not in this version either. The full version does not have this, at least the version that I downloaded today does not have it. I saw another announcement on his Patreon page that said the southernmost area is open in the full version. And I'm not sure if the map orientation that I see is actually north to south correct. So it could be that that big oval is what he was talking about being released in the version that came out today. Regardless, I'm going to drive around the part that I'm pretty certain is all intact in the demo version and kind of tour around and have a little bit of fun. It's a free roam drive that I'm driving in. He also released a couple of other variants or associated pieces of this track. There's a karting track, there's a rally track, and there's a race track that are all available. And I think that at least two of those he included in the demo version. Because of the lack of detail and some other stuff, he just decided to go ahead and release those versions of the track with the demo version. So demo version is good. It's fun. It works. I did load it up. It includes traffic. That's the one thing that does not work in the full version yet, and I'm not really sure why. Something's crashing. And I'm not sure if he's using Traffic Planner or if he's using two real traffic. I have the two reel interface running, and that's what I was using to control the traffic in the demo version, and it was working just fine. Except for the traffic, we're driving like idiots. So I'm pretty sure it's Traffic Planner traffic and not anything else. CSP traffic, I haven't tried. I don't know how that drives. So I've talked a lot. I haven't driven at all. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of driving and see what we see. So we're starting kind of in the middle of town, and as we kind of go out, we can see there are a lot of cool buildings out here. Cocktail bar. Something I thought was kind of cool is the top of this building is kind of neat. It's got some flashy lights. I'll kind of drive around the parking lot here, and when it was dark, this was visible from a long way away. There's a sidewalk there. But yeah, that's kind of a cool top to the building. I thought that was kind of neat. Don't know what it symbolizes. Oh, it's a sound? Yeah, studio pawn. So, oh, okay. So it's kind of the graphic for his as I understand it, this is supposed to be Czechoslovakia? I don't know that for sure. I thought I read that somewhere in some of this stuff. Gorgeous waterfall up here on our right. Thought that was kind of cool. Kind of nice, and a bridge. Everybody okay? That was a little dodgy. Okay, which way are we going to go? I think that we want to go... Oh, this is a roundabout, that's right. Where do we want to go? Go out this way. So there's a nice kind of perimeter that goes around here, around this whole section. And again, it's very tiny on the map, but that's the section that's in the demo version. A little bit of pop-in issues with some of the greenery. That could be my graphics settings. I don't know. But we can go left or right here and go around. So let's go left. And we'll try to go around the perimeter here and see what we see. Yeah, I'm not liking the pop-in. And like I said, I don't know if that's me. It's possible that it's one of my graphic settings and it's just kind of weird, but it's, you see it's kind of building as I drive through it. That's kind of weird. I would not see that earlier when I checked this out. Of course, I was driving with much more overcast skies. And it's good for kind of driving around. We got a little town up here we're going to drive through, which is kind of cool. The big circular is sort of like a freeway, two-lane freeway. And it is pretty cool. I could get up to 200 miles an hour driving through that. And what do I want to do here? I want to go left. I'd get up to 200 miles an hour going around in some of the straight downhills, which was really kind of fun. And enjoyed that. He has some rest stops and some other sorts of things. I think that they're probably essentially pit stops for racing, that circular circuit. But the speed, you can get up to some speed and, keep it flat and have some fun. This is kind of nice. There's a spot coming on Highway 116, Lakeville, coming into Petaluma from the intersection of where 116 meets 12, coming back towards Petaluma. There's a section that's got kind of overhanging trees like that. That was kind of cool. I guess I went the wrong way to go around the full loop here, so we're coming back in towards where we started. We'll go out a little bit here. There's some cool sights and sounds. I can see the waterfall from here, and there's something kind of interesting over there, so we'll check that out. Maybe. Or maybe not. Oh! Oh, that's the karting track. Oh. Let's check that out. I don't know if we can go into the karting track itself, but this is... Oh, maybe we can. We can drive the karting track. That's kind of oddly satisfying. This is actually a pretty nice little karting track. If only AI worked well in karting. I think that that's actually one of the things that I want to do more than anything right now is I've threatened many times about setting up a server for an Assetto Corsa event, and one of those events I think has got to be karting. That sounds interesting to any of you. Let me know just that I'm on the right track in terms of something that might be of interest to an audience, and maybe it's just a weird thing that I think sounds cooler than it actually will turn out to be. This is a really long track, because I'm pretty certain I've not crossed the start-finish line again. And one of the things that I will complain about with this track mod is that in neither the demo version or this full version does he have the distances declared in terms of how much road surface there actually is in the So here's the pit. That was a long track. Oh. See, that wasn't the track anymore. Yeah, it wasn't. Weird. Well, I'm gonna... This is where I came in, was over here on the pits. We'll go back out. Maybe not. Okay. Now we're back on target. Back towards city center again. That's interesting layout, though. It's kind of fun that you can actually access it and drive around it, but that karting track, I guess, is... available as one of the map choices when you use this. So that looks like a big parking lot. We've seen that waterfall. Let's go this way. Interesting stuff. We'll just take a drive down one of these streets. Calin Wash. So one of the things that's kind of interesting, one of the tags on this mod that I thought was really interesting is hide and seek. I never really thought about that, but that could be a lot of fun as a car version of hide and seek. Also, a great idea for a server. Um, I've not done that in any game that I can really think of, so that just sounds interesting. So not the most refined yet. This is still a early access map. But it's pretty cool. What's that ambient sound that I hear? It sounds like a train? I don't see a train. The darks are way too dark. There's some nice roads here. And they've got some texture to them, so I'm feeling them in the wheel. Cool rocks too. That's kind of neat. With the blacks, I literally lost sight of that. And because I'm driving in the middle of the day, I don't have lights on, so maybe that's a... I don't know if that's a track thing or if that's a me thing. So... some of the roads are not built out yet. Which is fine. I mean, and it's a work in progress. The full version does have more roads complete and does have more scenery complete. It is overall more graphically pleasing, but it's not to say if you found this quick look interesting that you couldn't have a blast in the demo version. And quite generous of him to open up some additional configurations in the demo version to just sort of pique people's curiosity, give you a taste without having to spend the money. Although, you know, I'm a big supporter of modders, track modders, mostly because it's a labor of love. These guys aren't making money hand over fist with their work, and usually they're only asking, you know, a small pittance for what it is they're offering. I believe that he will sell the map, access to the map, for like $550. I think that's what I saw. And he's asking for a pretty modest subscription on his Patreon. So all through the Patreon site is how he's selling it. So, you know, while this version is not complete, he has other stuff on his site that is downloadable, and this track, as it evolves, the early release versions of it will be available. So what we'll do is we'll just take a drive out towards the freeway that I was talking to you about. This is not the freeway. This is blocked off in the demo version. So I'll show it to you so you know what you're missing. And I find it interesting, but you'll see it's a 2-lane or a 4-lane freeway. And so what I'm going to do is hell of an on-ramp. But this allows you to kind of open the throttle up a little bit. Actually, this side is a little bit tighter than the other side is. But I think that in some of the flatter sections going this direction that I may be able to... I think I hit 199 miles an hour, 199 miles an hour coming the other direction. But I think that there's a longer downhill going this direction that might get me over that limit. So let's see what we see. We'll drive for as long as I have fuel, because I drove through town for so long. I don't have as much fuel as I had the last time I did this loop, and I almost ran out of fuel before getting back to town. So we'll see. I'm still nursing my finger injury. Well, it's a hand injury that's manifesting itself in one of my fingers. And so I have a race tomorrow with the Champion Motorsport. They have that Le Mans Ultimate series that I've been involved in. The 4-race series. So this is the southbound according to the map that we're looking at on the big screen, that hasn't built out yet, that it's not accessible. So that's how you get down to go that direction. And it's not open yet, at least in the version that I have here. I suspect that this map will change fairly quickly, so there'll be other updates that come out, especially for the full version. As he builds it, he'll release new versions of it. Got to start being a little careful here as we go through this section, because it does get a little bit windy for a sec. Kind of a right degree turn, as it were. And then it'll be nice and straight for a good long while. Or straighter. Still seeing pop in. You see the grass along the side of the road is kind of popping in ahead of us. I love a freeway that I can just drive, man. This would be a tremendous racing scene, right? Good with traffic on it too, to figure out what's going on with that. But I think this would be fun to just race a circular freeway like this as a circuit. You could use a combination of hide and seek and racing together, and basically whoever wins the race gets to hide, I guess. I don't know. You could do all sorts of fun stuff. Goes down and then it starts going uphill just ever so slightly, and that takes a little bit of the momentum away. There are a few other chances. 200. 201. Yeah, baby. There aren't many places where you get a good enough run to be able to do that. I don't think I've done it in this car before. .202. Huh. That's pretty awesome. A lot of windmills, and I don't know what these things are. Some sort of energy thing, or I don't know. Locks? So it is waterway? I don't know. That's, or maybe it's part of the construction. Maybe that's an elevated freeway of some sort that's going to be like an overpass or something. Yeah, unclear what that is. I think as we come around this bend and go up, we'll come back down, and when we come back down, we'll be in another long stretch. I think that we can get another 200-mile-an-hour run. Ripping the rear tires apart. They're down to like 88% tread. Tight. Kind of glad that traffic's not working, because this would be hard to go this fast in traffic. It could be done, but it's harder, more difficult. Whew. I was looking at my gauges. You don't want to look at your gauges at 190 miles an hour because things can change fairly quickly, and you find yourself off the road fairly quickly. That was pretty horrible. Another truck stop. So I was talking about earlier, kind of lost track of my thought process and stopped talking about it. But Le Mans Ultimate Race tomorrow. I'm going to record it. I won't do it live, but it's in Bahrain. Now the interesting thing about this is I've been in this series since its beginning. It's a 4-race series. First 3 races. First one I finished 4th in class. Second one I finished 6th in class, and the last one I finished 3rd in class. And due to the availability of people to drive the series and low turnout, those finishes have put me in 2nd in the standings in my class, which is weird. So it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out with the final race tomorrow and see, you know, I mean, I can't win. The guy that is in first place in the standings has won the races he's participated in. And I don't, there's no way there are enough points in the last race for me to surpass him. But there probably are legitimate chances for the people behind me to catch up and even surpass me in the standings. So I'm going to show up, do the best I can. I don't have a lot of familiarity with the racetrack, as I said earlier. I've never raced on it. But it should be fun to see how things sort out. I've always been a big advocate for just showing up. Sometimes if you show up, good things will happen, and showing up consistently has put me where I am right now in the standings. So we'll see if that bears fruit. I would like to finish at least 3rd. That would be cool. But we'll see. Should be a fun race. Regardless, it's been a heck of an education, getting to learn Le Mans Ultimate, getting a sense of, you know, what that sim really is capable of, and where it's going. And of course, Champion Motorsports has some really quality individuals that have been racing with that group for a very long time. Some of them, you know, in R Factor, Assetto Corsa, other sims, as well as iRacing, and now Le Mans Ultimate. I even think they have an Automobilista 2 group, although I've not explored that group yet. But really, really good people, good, friendly racing. It's definitely a high-quality group of people to race against. Fair-minded, expect you to drive with, you know, a head squarely on your shoulders. You know, even slow people are welcome and are respected on track, and that's a big deal. So, good league, good group of people. So it's been a fun experience to just sort of experiment with this new sim that I have very little experience in, and looks like I might actually have a decent outcome. Of course, when the series becomes more populated over time, I probably won't have as good an outcome, but it's still pretty cool. So I had a couple of interesting little problems in that video. Had dogs jump up in my lap and wreck me, and I wound up having a technical difficulty at the very end and didn't get to wrap up the video. So as it turns out, I did the full loop, showed you around the town square in the city center, and got a good idea of what this mod has to offer. Again, this is ACH's Calin, and there's a demo online via Overtake. That's the link I'm going to put in my video description. But there's also a link to his Patreon where you can get the full version that I drove today. The loop, the full freeway loop, is not in the demo version. So just know that going in. But the demo version does have working traffic, which could be of use and a lot of fun for you to play around with. Anyway, I hope you had as much fun as I did, and definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for joining me. Bye now.
Spaß mache Rennsport.